This plate of chicken karaage has a whopping 68 grams of protein. I'm gonna show you how to make it right now. Now it is summer in Japan, and no matter where you go to any event, festival, no matter what, they're gonna have chicken karaage. I love chicken karaage, but I'm also on a cut right now. So how can we make a diet version of it? Well, what we're gonna try to do is cook this with minimal to almost no oil. First thing we're gonna do is cut up these chicken breast tenderloins. It's a very cheap cut in Japan and very high in protein. Also doesn't come with any of the skin. When you typically buy chicken breasts in Japan, it's gonna have the skin, and I don't wanna be wasteful of that. First thing I'm gonna do is cut these guys up into karaage sized pieces. Now, the breast tenderloin, we're gonna have a thicker side and a thinner side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the thinner side longer and then the thicker side shorter. So there you go. Next thing I'm gonna do is transfer these into a bowl. And then of course I'm gonna wash up my cutting board now. All right, so now what we're gonna do with our bowl is we're gonna put in just a splash of soy sauce, smaller splash of dashi, and a good helping of ginger paste. And we're just gonna go ahead and mix this up. Oh, that smells incredible actually with that ginger paste. And we're just gonna go ahead and let that sit for a while. So I think I'm gonna let that marinade while my rice is cooking. I still got 20 more minutes on my rice cooker, so that's perfect. All right, our chicken's been in the marinade for a little bit now, so what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and move it over to a paper towel to dry up a little bit. Like, yeah, are we gonna lose some flavor? Probably, but this will help us get that crispy exterior while not using that much oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this bowl clean. I'm going to dry out the top of this, get some of that moisture out. We don't need to get all the moisture out. We're just trying to get like some of it so it's not as wet. All right, that should be pretty good. So when we dry it off, our chicken still should have the color of the marinade. That means we got some flavor in it still. We're gonna go back into the bowl now. I know, crazy, right? All right, and this is katakuriko. This is a potato starch that we're gonna use. I wanna use about less than 40 grams for this recipe. Let's try to use 20. So what I'm gonna do first is get about 10 grams of it in here. We got 11 grams from that jar before I open up the new pack. And then I'm gonna just go and mix this up through. This will bind in with that marinade. Okay, and we're just gonna let that sit another couple minutes. All right, I'm gonna add another 20 grams. Last time I did this, I used 40 grams, but oh, I added 27 grams. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted to do originally. We're gonna go with 40 grams of our katakuriko. From here, add some salt, garlic powder, and some black pepper that I gotta refill this shaker very soon. Okay, go ahead and give this a mix, and what we're gonna do now is try to coat our chicken. Then obviously in the final calorie count, we're not gonna be getting all of this potato starch into our finished product, but when we're counting calories, we're gonna count all of it, even if we don't eat it all. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now, if you have something like an air fryer or something, that would be wonderful for this recipe. I don't have one of those, so I'm gonna use this bullshit frying pan that I have. This thing is crazy warped, it's old, but it'll get the job done. What I also don't have access to here in Japan is the non-stick cooking spray. So what I'm gonna do is put a dash of oil in the bottom of the pan, and then I'm gonna come in with a paper towel and just rub this around. I'm gonna count this as a gram of oil. How about that? And that'll come out to maybe like 15 calories. I'm not too sure. Put this on medium-high heat. All right, now once our pan's nice and hot, we're just gonna take our pieces of chicken and lay it down across. And look how much excess cornstarch we had. So we are going to count this when we're putting this into MyFitnessPal, but it is some calories off from the final product. After a little bit of a while, give it a check, give it a little flip, and you should have some brown on the other side. Now, you will actually want some dark burn marks on this because that'll let you know it's getting cooked through. Because we are using less oil, we're gonna get some of these black burn marks, but that's totally okay. This is diet food. We're not trying to be purists with this thing. This is the diet version of karaage. And before you finish off, just take a little bit of time, sear off those sides. So get the sides of the chicken, get the little raw edge off of that. And then we should be almost done. Total optional thing we could do, and I'm gonna do it. Put a splash of vinegar on the bottom of the pan, another splash of soy sauce, and a little hunk of that ginger. Stir that up together, and then we just give this a toss. Takes all the raw edge off that cornstarch and gives us a little more flavor back into it. You will lose some of your crispiness, but we've basically made like boneless wings now. All right, there we go. We paired it with a lemon and 150 grams of rice, and I got myself a nice little meal. All right, gonna go ahead and squirt some lemon over the top. Let's go ahead and give this a taste test. This one looks good. Yeah, it's got all the Karaage flavors you want. It keeps its moisture because it's protected by that katakuri coal. It's got a little bit of crispiness, not super crispy, like you don't get any of that like none of that scratching noise action, but it tastes like Karaage. And that's what we're looking for. Looking to fill a craving of these summer nights here in Japan. You could do a lot with this too. You could top it over your rice, cover in some low-calorie mayo, and some green onion. In fact, I might do that. Let's give that a try. And put like 3 of these over my white rice. Yeah, let's do that. Some mayo. A serving of this is about 20 calories. And some green onion. And it's gonna look like that. Here we go. Let's get all of it together. That just brings it up a whole nother notch. This whole meal right here, you're looking at 690 calories and 68 grams of protein. Take out the rice, 500 calories, 64 grams of protein. Not too bad. Also use a serving of low-calorie mayonnaise, only 20 calories. You're looking around a 700 calorie full meal. Obviously, you do half the portion of chicken too. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Oh my God. But yeah, go ahead and give this one a try. If you're craving a fried chicken, but you're on a diet, I would do this. Anyway, that's gonna do all for this quick recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.